Hey there, everybody. It's Mr. Sova again, the week of March 14th with another read aloud. So this read aloud is titled 10 Ways to Hear Snow. And if you are a fourth or fifth grader, you might remember me talking with you about onomatopoeia, which are words that sound like what they mean, like splash or crunch or rip. And this book has some onomatopoeia in it, so I hope you have fun with that. It's also illustrated by Kenard Pak, who illustrated the other book that I read for this week, Ohana Means Family. So before I read the book, written by Cathy Camper, by the way, I want to talk a little bit about the book and then front load some words that you may or may not know. Okay, so this is a story of a girl named Lina who goes and visits her grandma, and they make a Lebanese dish called warak and enab, which are made from washed grape leaves and then stuffed with ground meat or rice or both, lots of spices, and then rolled up into the grape leaves and then cooked. And it can be made vegetarian, it can be made vegan, but no matter how you make it, it's delicious. I highly recommend it. In some other parts of the world, it's called dolma, if you've ever had that, stuffed grape leaves. And the dish and the ethnicity of the family in the book are from Lebanon, which is a country on the eastern shore of the Mediterranean Sea in the Middle East. It's north of Egypt and Jordan and Israel and right next to Syria. And in the book, there are some words in Arabic, which is the primary language spoken in Lebanon. And these words, you might know them, you might not know them, but I just wanted to give you a little front load before I start reading. So, like I said, warak and enab is the stuffed grape leaves that are in the book. The word habibti or habibi means my dear or my love, which is a term of endearment that the elders in a family will say to the kids in a family. Siti means grandma, and yalla means let's go. And so those are three words that you'll hear in the book, and now you know what they mean. So as I read the book, I'd like you to think about some other onomatopoeia words, but not for snow. So in a lot of parts of the world, people get snow in the wintertime, but here in San Francisco and in the Bay Area, we don't get snow. We get rain in the winter. So as I read this, I want you to think of onomatopoeia words for rain. So words that sound like what they mean when it comes to rain. Okay? Are you ready? Let's begin. 10 Ways to Hear Snow, written by Cathy Camper and illustrated by Kenard Pak. When Lina woke up, everything was quiet. No cars honked, no buses chugged, no garbage trucks gulped trash across the street. Snow! Last night's blizzard was gone, leaving the city muffled and white. But today was Grape Leaf Day, when Lina would help her grandma make warak and enab. Siti was losing her eyesight, and Lina loved helping her cook. I want to tell Siti about the snowstorm and make sure she's okay. The snow's so deep, Lina's mom said. We could go with you, Lina's dad offered. But Lina wanted to go to Siti's by herself. Stay warm, Habibti, her dad told her. Lina bundled up. Outside, the sun on the snow was as bright white as a light bulb. Lina squinched her eyes and pulled her scarf around her nose. She could barely see. I wonder if this is how Siti feels, Lina thought. The world sounded softer, but the noises she heard were clearer. Scrape, 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 scrape. What was that? It was Mrs. Watson's shovel digging out the sidewalk. That's one way to hear snow, Lina thought. Lina walked down the street. Snack, snick, snuck. The noise was low to the ground. What was that? It was the treads of Lina's boots crunching snow into tiny waffles. Two ways to hear snow. Lina ducked under a pine tree. A powdery sound. A blue jay on a branch had knocked down snow. 3 ways to hear snow, Lina counted. She listened for more. Swish, 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 swish. What was that soft, whiskery noise? People were sweeping snow off their cars. Their brushes made the 4th way to hear snow. Lina cut across the park. Scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch. Another snow noise? Lina saw long, skinny tracks by her boots. Ahead of her, people were skiing. Their skis made the 5th way to hear snow. Rashid and Mariam were building a snowman. Pat, pat, pat. What was that? It was Mittens smoothing the snowman's head. This gentle sound made the 6th way to hear snow. As Lina walked away, her friends whispered and laughed. Thwomp! Oh no! Lina ran away fast from the 7th way to hear snow. Lina reached Siti's building all out of breath, her boots covered with white powder. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Lina giggled. She was making the 8th way to hear snow. Hello, Lina, the lady in the lobby said. Go on in. She pointed toward Lina's grandma's room. Lina tapped on the door. Surprise, Siti! It's me. I came to make grape leaves with you. Lina threw her coat and mittens on the radiator to dry. Oh, wonderful. The lamb and rice are ready, Siti said. Yalla, I can't wait, Lina shouted. Let's get started. Lina washed the grape leaves and placed them on the towels. Put some filling in the center, roll them up, and put them in the pot, Siti instructed. They're like grape leaf cocoons, Lina said, looking at them piled on the plate. Or lots of little sleeping bags, Siti replied. Ha! Mine looks like a mustache. Lina held her stuffed grape leaf under her nose. Siti held hers under her nose too. Oh, that's good. She wrinkled up her face and said, We look like a couple of real tough guys, in a tough guy voice. Siti, did you know we had a blizzard last night? Of course. Lina was surprised. How could her grandma know when she couldn't see very well? Then she heard a noise. Drip, drip went the mittens. It was the sound of snow melting. 9 ways to hear snow. Suddenly, Lina understood how Siti knew. Siti, did you hear the snow? Siti smiled. Each morning, I open the window and listen. Today, everything sounded hushed and soft. No noise is the sound that means it's snowing. Siti, I listened too. I heard snow 9 different ways. Shovels were 1, boots were 2, the blue jay was 3. Slow down, Habibti. I want to hear them all. But right now, shh. Siti went to the window and opened it again. Listen, she said. Outside, the late blue afternoon was completely still. Quiet is the 10th way to hear snow. When the world grows quiet, we learn to listen. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that book. And I hope you thought of some onomatopoeia words for rain. Let me hear them. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think of that one. When your boot goes into a puddle. Oh, yeah, when it's really hard, when it comes down really hard on the roof. Oh my gosh, that was a good one. Well, I encourage you to share all your onomatopoeia with everyone at home. See you next time.